Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Today we are back on the Imola Ultimate for some GT3 racing that I'm looking forward to. It's the final round of our Friday series and we are here at Imola. So we are, let us switch on over, welcome. Imola, a track driven once on this game I think so far, maybe twice. But that was, at least, definitely have driven it in LMP2s. Don't think I've done GT3s around here yet on LMU. But looking forward to tonight. Final 60 minutes coming up. In dry conditions. Yeah, hopefully we can have a good end to this series. It was a good start. So it was 2 P4s, one at Portimao, which didn't stream. I do plan on making a highlights video from the first few rounds because they were genuinely very good. Some great racing in them. Some good results too. Then, of course, oh yeah, I forgot this is a open session, not a private one. But yeah, we currently sit P6 in the standings. Start off with a couple of fourth places in the first two rounds. Then that's was very close finish at Brazil. Managed to grab P9 there. Had a 7th in round 4, and then disappointingly a P10 last time. At what do you call it? At Bahrain Outer. Hopefully, we finish within the top 10 again. That's sort of the first goal. So it is. But it'd be nice to get a little further up in the top 10 compared closer to where we've been in the opening rounds of the series rather than the more recent rounds. So we're going to head out for qualifying. Cold tyres. That will have to get up to temperature. Very slidey, cool tires. Heading out on our out lap here, get the tires warmed up. Qualifying has always been a weakness. I will be surprised if we get top 10 in qualifying here. As a reminder, first our P4s. At Portimao, we started P12. At Spa, we started 24th. Of course, we did have the assistance of weather that helped us get further up. I feel like I'm struggling with a bit of understeer in the car. but also getting a little bit of oversteer in some traction zones. Head through the chicane for the first time. Go make sure to keep the car within track limits around here. Despite the gravel that's usually on the exit of most corners, still pretty easy to just find yourself on the wrong side of the white line. Did that quite a bit in second half of practice just before we went live. Big oversteer there, moment there coming out of Aqua Minerale. Maybe you should have put a little more fuel and energy into the car. Just have enough to go to the end of the session. .45.8 to start us off. Looks like a good time so far. Of course, we're still very much early within the qualifying session. Still plenty of time to find as the tires come up to temperature. A little bit deeper into Aqua Minerale, but still struggled with a bit of oversteer, not as much as we had last lap though. Nearly 6.5 tenths up here. Finding about a tenth through the Ravazzas. 3/4 of a second then. This is going to put us nicely up the grid. Up into P2 for now. Have a little bit more time to find as well. Over a 10.5 find in the first chicane. BMW currently on provisional pole, extending their margin. Three tenths up as we come down into Aqua Minerale. Patient on the throttle. Good exit there. Second Ravazza wasn't too great. Another Aston Martin goes to the top of the sheets. We'll not be able to match their time, but we'll be able to make ourselves much quicker. 144.6. Still 2 laps of energy, fuel left. Not been a good run through the chicane this time. They'll lay on the brakes for Aqua Minerale. See, better run through final Ravazza. I think we gained actually nearly about 2/10 through there. Nice bit of time that we maybe see us up a couple of positions now. Just one. Final lap now. Can we find any more time? Overslowed for Paratella. Good run 3 Aqua Minerale, not the best exit. Let's see if we can find any time through the Ravazzas. Can indeed look at the time. Go find nearly 2/10. Which will put us back into P4. We had a couple of tenths in that lap, we're just under. Which would put us a little more securely P4. Yeah, I don't think we'll, we only have, what, 2 laps if we go out now. I don't think that's enough time to properly get temperature into the tires. See, bump down now to P5. I think about 27.8 laps of fuel. Let me just do a quick fuel calc. $35 laps, so we'll need... Yeah. 30% at the pit stop. That seems about right. Yeah, very close. Only 100th of a second separating 6th and 7th. 6 thousandths separating 8th and 9th. So very close behind us. So yeah, we've shown good pace in qualifying here. So Wing here, qualifying about to run out. Evening, Geeky. Good to see you. Just here at the end of qualifying, currently sitting P5. Maybe had a couple of tenths in the lap, not enough to get P4 as things stand. But of course, a little bit more at risk of being bumped from P5. But still, is a great qualifying. So it is. I'm doing all right. Been decent day. Actually had good weather again. Sort of a little return to summer. So got out, got a little bit of shopping done. Had to collect a prescription as well. So it's been a good day. Hopefully we'll cap it off with a good race here. More people returning to pits as they finish off in qualifying here. And it is looking more and more likely that we will be starting from P5. A little bit tired. So I am. But yeah, everyone behind us is in the pits. So yeah, we will be starting in P5, which might be our best starting position for the series.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So race will be getting underway in about 4 minutes. Yeah, this has definitely been our best qualifying session. The only time we've actually qualified in the top 10, and it's not just top 10, but top 5 as well. So yeah, very good qualifying position. Does have me a little bit nervous of how the race is going to go. If we'll have the pace to hang on to P5. I mean, generally, we do tend to be a little bit stronger in the race than we are in qualifying. If there was a time for that to be true, I hope that is now. But I would not be surprised if I've dragged out a really good qualifying result and then struggled to sort of keep up in the race a little bit. Yeah, still a couple of minutes before we get underway. Yeah, track limits are going to be a point in this race. Didn't do too badly in qualifying. Actually managed qualifying quite well with the track limits. So hopefully don't run into any issues here in the race. I'm just a little bit worried as we try and push to keep up. No, not necessarily keep up with those in front, but to keep those behind us behind and not be put under too much pressure. I'm just a little bit worried that might end up pushing a little too hard, pushing the track limit. See how the pace is going to evolve over the 60-minute race. As the fuel burns off, and then obviously when we pit, went and put some more fuel back in. Be interesting to see what the pace of the race is like. I am actually just going to do a quick check to see by a third of a lap. Third of a lap is about 35 seconds round here. That's a lot of time. That is maybe about a pit stop, actually.
Formation lap has started.
So it's going to be very close whether this is a 35 or 34 lap race. Here we are, ready for the start.
Green flag, green flag.
I feel like people around me are able to anticipate the start better than I am. Oh, come on. Down 3 places already. Or 2, sorry. Just got sort of stuck together with the cars on the outside. They're 3 wide. Pretty frustrating, that. Got run on the Aston here. Gonna be the outside into the Rivatses. Have the exit. Hopefully them and the BMW will fight a bit. Right, 3-second gap to the car in front. BMW's followed us through here. Gotta try and get into a good rhythm here because we're gonna be put under pressure. From the BMW. If we can't get a gap, I'll use the slipstream. Ran a little bit wide there, but got away with it. Not given any option to repair the damage. Hopefully that means it isn't too significant. Wait, 7-8 tenths to the car behind. Hopefully that's enough to have broken the slipstream. Hopefully can try and chase down the car in front. Looks like we are breaking away from the BMW behind. For now. I could be braver through Partella. Let's see what the lap times are like. A lot of people setting invalid laps in front. Everyone around us saying invalid laps. You only get 3 track limit points for the whole race. That will add up pretty quickly. Running a bit wide there. BMW out wide at Tosa there. We don't seem to be closing up to the Ferrari in front though. half a point there. Didn't even gain any time. Ferrari in front isn't keeping up with the cars in front of them, the top four. So they're losing the slipstream. Might allow us to gain quite a few invalid laps last time by. Good run through the first chicane, and the Aston Martin is back through behind. Ooh, car not quite doing what I wanted to through the chicane. Pushing it a little too hard through there. It'll be interesting to see what pace the Aston has now. Remember, the Aston didn't fight us too hard. Partly because we did seem a little bit quicker through the remainder of that opening lap. But now we're getting into the rhythm of the race. Does Aston Martin have a little bit more pace than they were initially showing? Into the 44s for the top four. We're not quite there, but we did gain 4.5 tenths on the car in front. Personal best for that Aston, despite the fact that they had to overtake the BMW starting the lap. Which suggests that yes, they do have more pace. How much more pace we'll have to wait and see till the end of this lap. We are closing in marginally on the car in front. Bit slow through Aqua Minerale there. See the fight for P3 up ahead. Again, we're going to gain nearly half a second on the car in front. Went to the 44s for the Aston behind. They do have pace. And this will quite possibly become a three-way fight when we catch up to the Ferrari. Big gravel being kicked up by one of the cars in front. run through the chicane that time. We're running pretty consistently. Aston Martin has gone even quicker. But another invalid lap for the Ferrari in front. Okay, just losing little bits of time in a couple of corners. Minerale, Bahrain Outer, that chicane that we just went through. Aston behind hasn't gained as much this lap. We've gained a bit more on the Ferrari. No heavy line through the chicane. In a little deep to the toes of hairpin. Aston Martin's made a mistake, they're into the gravel. And they'll not be putting any more pressure on us. Which is great. Absolutely brilliant news for us. Because of course we still want catch and pass the Ferrari in front of us. But previously we were kind of being pressured into doing it quickly. And being put into a situation of either pass the Ferrari or be passed by the Aston behind. Now we no longer have that threat. We have the time we need to put the pressure on the Ferrari, and just we don't have to immediately try for an overtake. We can do it when we want to, when the opportunity arises for us. Both of us setting personal bests last lap. Half second quicker than the Ferrari. Much better run through the second chicane. This time by. That's another Aston off into the gravel. This time at Peritella. big jump over the curb for the Ferrari. That could be a more track limit points for them. We're certainly within slipstream range of the Ferrari now. Ferrari got a good exit there. I think he used just a little bit too much curb on the exit. Let's see, how much do we close in with the slipstream? Doesn't seem to be an awful lot. We barely closed in at all. So it might not be an easy pass. Struggled for traction there a little bit. Another yellow flag. Another car, it's an Aston without its rear wing. That's going to be another place up to P4. And now we're fighting over P3. Drop back from Ferrari a little bit this lap. Just having to navigate around the Aston as it rejoined. Just gone to the grass there a little bit, braking for the chicane. Still managed to carry good speed through the chicane. Ferrari didn't get the best of exits. And we've forced the Ferrari into making a mistake. I was trying to make a move there. As like, when they braked later than I did, I was initially a little bit worried that, oh gosh, this isn't going to come off, this could be an instant. Then it's like, hang on, they've braked way too late. And eyes up now into a podium position. We haven't had a podium all season. We've had 2 P4 finishes to start the season in the first 2 rounds. And since then, we haven't been able even get a top 5 since then. Our best finish since then has been P7. So, it's been a disappointing middle part of the season. Can we finish it off, though, on a high with a podium? It is not going to be easy, though. That Aston in 5th place. Set a new personal best, 44.5. That's not going to help. Yeah, the Aston's at 44.5 is their fastest lap, half a second quicker. Than our best lap. Shows you what pace they have. Of course, we got to hope the fry behind is going to hold them up a little bit. But I can't expect too much from them with the pace difference. And yeah, I am starting to drop a ton of frames. I don't know why. Because internet connection on the game seems perfectly fine. Just OBS has dropped 7,000 frames. No idea why, but not much that I can do about that. "36.5 minutes remaining. At this point, we're just settling down into a rhythm. To give ourselves the best chance of P3 this race. Another half point, third of the way through our track limit points. I did try and lift her a little bit through the chicane to minimize its impact. I don't know if that did have much of an effect or not. The Aston already passed the Ferrari. Ferrari did not put up much fight. Now we'll see how quickly this Aston closes up to us. I'll also say, like, we're keeping up with BMW in front. Same BMW per run through the second Ravazza there. That's the BMW that Aston Martin was fighting with before they span off into the gravel. And I'm almost tempted, when the Aston catches back up to us, depending when that happens, I'm almost tempted to just say, right, go on through. and to let them have a chance at catching the BMW. Because if they can catch up to the BMW, then I'm not sure if I want to be the thing that stops them from beating the BMW, so that's a little bit wide there. Because with the rate that they're closing in, I don't think I will be keeping them behind for very long. Though they have invalidated quite a few laps behind us. So I'm a little bit worried. Well, I'm a little bit wondering if they might pick up a DT this race for track limits. Front right tire, front tires in general, but especially the front right's starting to wear a bit, which is making it more difficult to match our personal best. Probably one of the reasons why I'm losing so much time through the Ravazes at the moment. Halfway mark of the race, 30 minutes gone, 30 minutes to go. Closed in on the BMW a little bit last lap. Still had the Aston behind gain on us. It's actually coming up to a lap car. Didn't get a good run through the first chicane here. Car wanted to slide as I put down the throttle. Deep into the chicane. Surprised they didn't get a track limits thing pop up there. Mustang lets us through. Greatly appreciate that. Better run through the Ravazes this time. Making up a little bit for the first chicane. This would be a race where if the second stint was a full-length stint, i.e. if this race was by 100 minutes long, I'd be considering changing the front tyres. I wonder what the straight line speed is going to be like between us and the Aston behind. Leader saying a new fastest lap of the race. We continue to close in on the BMW in front. Lapped car coming out of the pits. Little wide there for the BMW. Kicked up a bit of gravel. Close the gap down to about 2 seconds now. BMW seems to be struggling, lost quite a bit of time at the chicane as well. Maybe track limits, having to slow down to not get a drive-through penalty. Very slow lap, 2 seconds gained for us on the BMW. I'm surprised the game let me away with that cut, but I'm not going to complain. Aston Martin behind has dropped back a bit. I was a little bit worried of running wide there. I was also worried that the Mustang wasn't going to let us through and end up holding us up through Aqua Minerale. They did generously let us through. That's a bit of a cut. Yep, very fair. I'm surprised that's only 0.25. Starting to put a bit of pressure on the BMW. And it has picked its pace up, has responded. Unfortunately, the Aston behind has dropped back. Seems to be losing their rhythm, losing their pace a bit. Because if they still seemed like the quicker driver, I'd love to let them past. and let them have a crack at overtaking the BMW. Good start to this lap. Bit of a slide there for the BMW through Aqua Minerale. Quite a slide through the chicane. Definitely going to be in slipstream range for the start-finish straight. Slipstream is going to help carry us to a new personal best into the 44s. Look at how much we're gaining. Not close enough this time by. Oh, BMW had to get on the brakes there. Whether to catch a slide or for track limit points. Either way, cost them a lot of momentum. Hounding the BMW now. This really is going to help the Aston Martin close up. A little too cautious through Aqua Minerale behind the BMW there. Not a good run through the chicane either. Need a good couple of revances here to close back up and get the slipstream. It'll be a distant slipstream. Evening, Kevin. You join us in quite a good battle here for P2. Car slid about through the first chicane, didn't have the grip. Oh, it's been an awful start to this lap. Aston Martin much braver coming into Aqua Minerale, but we have the better exit. Really bad run for the BMW there. That's going to allow us to pull to the outside. Just so much understeer. Three-way battle now for P2. We'll take another quarter point there. Not a big fan of that defending from the BMW. If you're going to defend, commit earlier than that. Again, need a good run through the Ravatzes. Kicked up a bit of gravel. The Ravatzes is where I'm struggling most, and it's really hurting me. Aston behind has peeled into the pits. They're going to try and undercut. Maybe it'd be good for me to follow suit as well. Into the gravel for the BMW. BMW trying to weave to break the two. Hitting at the end of this lap then. That was very lucky. Oh, just seeing in the Discord, apparently the Aston Martin requested a brake change. So that's them out of this fight for second. It is now just between me and the BMW. Let's not repair the body. This is the best exit we've had. We lost like half a car length in there. We took the same amount of energy. The annoying thing is that was the best exit we got out of Ravazza 2 all race. If we were going to get the move done into the first chicane, it was going to be that lap. Except for the fact we were pitting. I am getting fed up with this BMW's late moves. Ten minutes left in the race. Oh no, come on. Go, fuck's sake! Oh wow, the traction control was so annoying there. It didn't stop me from spinning round to face the wrong way, but it stopped, interfered when I was trying to spin the car to face the right way. And then again, nearly let me spin to face the wrong way when it's on the grass again. Oh, I was so frustrated with that. We come up to this Ferrari once, let's see if we can do it a second time. Damage isn't too bad. But time is not on our side. I'm surprised that went green. And again. The Fry's just set a personal best. We were quicker, but only by 7,000, so that's not going to let us catch up. Yeah. Maybe be able to catch without the damage, but definitely not catching with it. Three or four laps to go. As I said, it's going to be close. Leaders cross the line to start the final lap. So, final lap for the series. Let's not go for another spin now. If I committed to doing one less lap of fuel, I maybe would have had P2. We started the season out with 2 P4s. And they were great P4s. Having qualified 12th in the first round, it was great to get up to P4. And then 24th for Spa, to get P4 for a second time. Yeah, that was fantastic. Making up 20 positions. This time though, 4th is a bit of a disappointment. Yes, we still gained ground on where we qualified, which was in P5. But we had 2 people in front of us make mistakes and gift us positions. We should at least have had P3, if not P2. In the end, it'll be a third P4. And yeah. Yeah, it's annoying when you have a battle that the driver you're fighting with is, you know, every moment coming into a braking zone, you're like, oh, right, they're leaving a space here, I'll go for it. And then as you go for it, just swipe right in front of you, and you have to brake to not have a crash. Like, that's just frustrating. Get in the bin with it. Then the traction control. Okay, you know, the traction control started having the initial slide. Yeah, fair enough. I was just a little too aggressive on it in the moment. But then on the grass, it's just let the car spin onto the track, face the wrong way. It's like, okay, right, now I can flick spin the car to go the other way, can't I? Oh, no, now the traction control kicks in and I can't get the car turned round. And then on the grass again, oh, yeah, nearly let the car go round a second time. That is... I've never had traction control be so useless, ever. Yeah, that's a bit frustrating. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit frustrated with that. Would have been nice to have ended on a little bit more of a positive note, but hey. It's better than how the last 3 races went, which is something at least. Well, as always, we're going to end off the stream with a bit of Art of Rally. Going to run the weekly and daily events. Take this off. And we'll grab the controller. So let us see, what do we have in the daily event today? Well, first of all, let's just check. How did we do? As back on Monday, we did it. P11. That was a really good run we had on Monday. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. But yeah, very good run there on Monday. 24th on Sunday, which is still pretty decent run. Hit pales in comparison to the 11th place. But we're here at Norway, Group B car for a short 4.4 kilometer stage. It's the Renault 5 Turbo. Fun little car, very twitchy though. With its short wheelbase. Very close to hitting those hay bales on the inside. Yeah, this corner really tightens up. Got the car rotated, but didn't grip up there. I managed to save that slide. I don't know, I really thought the car was gone. It was well past 90 degrees. And for being rear-wheel drive, yeah, I didn't think that one was going to be savable. Four-wheel drive, yeah, you know, the front wheels being driven can help save a slide like that. You know, that front-wheel drive effect. I misread the road. I thought went left there. There's some deceptive corners in this stage. I thought that's one of them. Again, that's a deceptive one. You think, oh, that's a tight left-hander, and then it's like, oh, no, it's a chicane. It's fairly tight for a chicane, but you can, if you get the right line, you can carry a lot of speed through it. So a messy stage here. 147.2. 38th, yeah, 15%. Not expecting much with how messy of a run that was. Let's have a look at the weekly event now. Last week we got 39th, top 5%. That's good going for the weekly. That's even better, 27th, top 4%. And we got 24th, top 3% back in at the end of April. So let's see what we can do here. Group S car at Sardinia. Starting off 4.1 kilometers in the rain. So gotta be careful. Let's not get over ambitious in these slippery conditions. Not a great line, but kept it pointing the right way. There's the finish line, 139.8. A little bit messy, not too bad though. 56th, yeah, we'll want to improve on that. Into a 5.9 kilometer stage, a little bit of tarmac in here. Hopefully can do a bit quicker. Now in dry conditions, so we'll have a bit more grip to play around with. That's a bit wide. That's very close to that hay bale. Very close to the house too on the left hand side. Bit deep through there. Oh, but that's fine. I just had to pause there. I could feel it coming on. I was like, I was like, oh yeah, this is, I'm not holding this one back. And it was not a great point in the middle of that hairpin. Not too far from the end. Wanted to be careful over the loose jumps. That's a rock. Wasn't too bad of a hit. Would have cost us a little bit of time, but better than hitting one of the hay bales, I imagine. Still up to 32nd, top 5%. So making good ground, and we can now get a chance to repair any damage, if we do have any, which we don't. We just clean the car. Carry on. Longer stage here, 9.7 kilometers. Let's see if we can make up some more time. Took it a little cautiously over the jump. Nearly braked too late for the hairpin there. Just felt like a good couple of corners. I got worried about the jump there with the car sliding as we were approaching it. Oh, I was worried there too, the car rotating over the jump. Oh, come on. Oh, the car just beached. I can't realize, oh, that crest is going to make this braking so difficult. But was too late. I was just like, right, please don't run wide. Yeah, nothing I could do. Just right, try and drive the car back onto the stage as quickly as possible. But I ended up getting it beached on the edge. Probably the worst thing that could have happened. Ours finished 242.2, could have been definitely been quicker. We fell back down to 52nd. So let's see if we can make up some of those places back. 10.9 kilometers to come up here in the final stage. Let's see, what can we get back? We really want to make up some good places. We can't afford any significant mistakes. By halfway through the stage now. Yeah, that's a mistake that's going to prevent us from getting a good result. Well, that's close on the fence. Also, nice Discord notification. I thought streamer mode would have turned that off. Bit of a cut there, but we go away with it. There's finish 3:45.2. Could have been a bit quicker, of course. We gained 1 place up to 51st. Top 10%. We definitely could have been much further up had we not had 2 moments of yeah, 2 moments off a rock. One only cost us like a second or two. The wide moment at the hairpin where we got beached, of course, that did cost us quite a bit of time. And then yeah, that final rock moment that put us on 2 wheels and nearly rolled us over. Yeah, that was a big moment that cost us quite a bit of time. All in all, probably about 15 seconds over those 3 mistakes. Most of that coming from the reset penalty, the 5 seconds that's added to the time when you reset. Yeah, a little annoying. But yeah, some fun stages at least to round off the stream. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream. I'll be back on Sunday for the continuation of the 100 series on Le Mans Ultimate. We are at Le Mans this time. But the Mulsanne layout, the layout without the 2 chicanes along the Mulsanne straight, just the big long straight, where the car will sing on the rev limiter, and yeah, we'll probably try not to fall asleep down the straight. Yeah, a long flat out section. 2 long flat out sections, only broken up by Mulsanne Corner itself. Yeah, it's not going to be the most interesting track to drive, but hopefully the racing and the strategy can make up for it. It'll probably be a 2-stop, so it will, which, yeah, it'll be interesting strategy-wise. But yeah, and then on Monday, we'll be back with round 4 of the GT3 festival, also in the Mon Ultimate. That is going to be at Portimao, so it is. I'm looking forward to that. Had interesting race there in the 100 series for the first round. Interesting race there for the first round of this series. So yeah, hopefully we can have another interesting race round there. But yeah, looking forward to that one. And at some point, I think it'll be Monday afternoon, sort of as it has been the last few weeks, we'll have the final round of this season's Creator Series. Is going to be at Sardinia in Rally 2 cars. We'll be in the Skoda. We've had we had a really good start to the Critter Series this time. P8, fastest Alpine at the first round in Greece in the historic rear-wheel drive cars. Hopefully, we can have. Hopefully, we can end on a better note than what the last few rallies have been. Our championship position, we're currently saying 28th within the championship. Which is a bit disappointing with how good of a start we had. But yeah, a DNF or 2 across the season. Another couple of poor results with either punctures or crashes. Yeah, has held us back. But yeah, we will also have that this weekend. And then after that, it'll probably be Sunday and Monday the week after as well. Given that we will not be back next Friday for this GT3 series. This was the final round. This is the end. Provisionally, let's have a little look actually in the standings. Let me see. Round 6 hasn't been uploaded yet. We came into this round tied on points for 5th place with another Aston Martin, and we were the highest placed Aston Martin. This within the pro class, it should be said. Yeah, and then that BMW. Yeah, we definitely beat the BMW in P4 in the championship, so we maybe have a chance at that. I'll be a bit annoyed if that if P2 would have got us that 4th in the championship, but P4 isn't good enough. That'll be a bit annoying. But yeah, we'll have to see. The winner of that race was the championship leader coming into the round. I didn't see the 2nd place driver, so we might actually bump up to P3 here, depending on how it goes, on how the points pan out. But yeah, very good ending. Good ending to the series, and yeah. As mentioned, I'll try and get a highlight video of those first few rounds, including the Portimao round that I didn't stream on the first week. yeah, it was good racing. Yeah, hopefully get a highlight. And yeah, I can't wait to get back to videos. Maybe go take it a little bit tamer on the streams going forward. Not as many, but try and balance that out with some more uh, with some videos instead. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Kevin, for coming in, popping into chat. Thank you to those that were lurking throughout the stream. Or those watching the VOD back afterwards are all appreciated. Hopefully, I'll see you all on Sunday evening for some more The Mon Ultimate at The Mon in the 100 series. If not, we'll hopefully see you on Monday for some either WRC or more GT3 action on LMU. But until then, take care, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and the sort of rest of your weekend. Till next time, take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.